Hello, the Dario. Game will plays new, superbly Mario-esque brethren. How we doing? Going into World 3 today, where it's snowy and icy and chilly and all things frozen. Make sure you hold the Wii remote sideways. I know I will. Thanks for reminding me every single time. Also add all the health warnings and just, I don't know, I feel like this is the phase of life where we're just like, what are manuals, man? So I never knock a video game manual. And when I can't find one, you know what? Now we have wikis. But, they can just tell you everything now, can't they? Can't they? Yeah, I guess. World 3-1 used to be a place of darkness. Now it's a place of just snow. We got these, these penguins remind me of the lemguins from Donkey Kong Country 3. Like, they're nearly the same enemy. No joke. The only difference is you can jump on them twice. When you jump on them once, they lose their sunglasses and hence their vision, even though it should be just glasses. And then they'll just keep going until they crash. So this Penguin Mario, you can just kind of slide under like this. And it's a bait. It's a straight up upgrade of Ice Mario. But yeah, you have the additional of sliding under things, and you know how you can run over blocks normally, like a dotted line, one block, nothing in the block. Well, in Penguin Mario, I think you can do 2 blocks of gap while you're sliding, I believe. Yeah, I think Penguin Mario is basically adapted from, well, in the DS game, you had Blue Shell Mario. I think this is just that plus the ice. And Blue Shell Mario could be a little tad brokenish or just unwieldy. This kind of works to it. Look at that! I'm using it as a platform so I can jump on things. That won't be the last time I need that kind of technique for a coin. Oh no. I know when the last time is, and it's like the very last time. The very last time that I ever want to think about it. But what if I put a penguin on my penguin? Pingu time! Yeah. Every so often someone reminds me on Twitter that someone who had a hand in creating the Pingu animation is deceased. I'm like, no! The penguin creators are dying. Ooh, check out how you get this one. That's right, you ride the penguin to success. It's like bobsledding, except with natural elements. Release the bobsled. Who is Bob, and why was that his sled? Because it was his sled. He was #1 sled. Well, there's the 2 hole gap just to prove that that works. And to prove my memory is not bogus. You know. Who says bogus? I know. You know, in places that are cold, you gotta have that kind of tree. You know the one. The coniferous, decidedly deciduous, Christmas-esque tree. Well, we can mess with a couple Ice Brothers if we want, when we get there. I like the added detail of Penguin Mario actually sliding down on the overworld map. That's good. Not wholly necessary, but you know what? We like a little flavor text on our Flavor Flavs. Flavor Flav is so old, he's gotta wear a grandfather clock. And that joke is so old that the joke is a grandfather clock. It's just a joke book from 1900s. It's that old. Alright, well, he can freeze me too. Except I think it just... Okay, yeah, I do get frozen. I don't know if being frozen protects me from being hit again before I'm unfrozen. I was not willing to try that. It would be weird if I was Fire Mario or Ice Mario and it affected the color of my hair, since I'm not wearing a hat right now. But yeah, I could tell the Penguin Mario didn't have that 99 life thing. Neither does Propeller Mario either. And I'll keep calling it Propeller Mario. I guess you could say Propeller Hat Mario, but Propeller Mario works for me. Mario has all these weird ways of flying, you know, wings on his hat, raccoon tails on his ass, capes attached to his shoulder blades, fucking that other thing for Mario Galaxy where it's just a hat but somehow he's flying in space. I don't know what's up with that one. Good thing it was a one-time deal, it would have been absolutely broken. That's the power of the bullets. They like to fire on your face. Oh, that's like elements of World 5 in the original Mario Brothers, where the bullets are there. That and that World 7. It's weird how fun the original Super Mario Brothers is, considering how outdated its design is. Mario 3 holds up way better, but Mario 1 is just kind of like an exercise now. But hey, I'm just saying, I'm a Mario. Yahoo, I'm your landlord. Make me your protagonist. I want the licensing. Yahoo! Here we go. Check out this tree. And that tree... Actually, was that a question mark? Shit, I don't know. If enough bullets firing, I guess you could just keep jumping on them for points. I swear, there are so many different ways to get a one-up combo. I challenge anyone to find a one-up combo like that at every level, because I'm sure you could do it.
Mario time!
If you just look hard enough. But jumping on bullet bills is one of those ways, if you have enough of them on the screen.
Yeah.
Or, you know, go to the end of the flag and make other things die out and have one-ups from that. That works too. This is the first video that's going to showcase a ghost house. I love ghost house. You should too. A ghost house is always tricky, but I guess in this game they're more straightforward. They're still tricky though. I prefer it when they're not straightforward. You know, it's kind of just a non-belonging sense of traditional platform. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, I don't know. And they're always got illusions and confusions. It's good. It's challenging. Challenging mentally. Gameplay. Yes. Great. Well, now that I'm small, I'm going to need my steroid shrooms. I hope you don't mind. Put the trend trending, so to speak. Why do you know these things? It's not like I ever did it. But I am curious about a lot of things. It's true. Trouble is, a lot of those things don't really come up in conversation, and I don't normally volunteer random ass information unless someone asks. Or they'll be like, talk about whatever you want, and I'll be like, alright, here goes nothing. But the more specific of the subject you want, the better. That's just how it is, because, you know, it might be a problem of choosing or subjectivity, but it's just like, you know, I got tons of shit I could talk about, or I'd rather just be doing something instead of talking. It happens. But that's why I'm doing the talking complimentary. Just to say, I showed my work, mathematics teacher. Okay? It's like, you just wrote the answer down. Yes, that's because I knew the answer. But did you write how you got it? I got it by my brain activating the right numbers. If you want proof, I'm gonna get an MRI scan and show you how the math activated my brain. There's your damn proof. Get neurologists on that shit. Now that I've explained the intricacies of math brain, let's ride the ice pillar, which amusingly reminds me exactly of a similar situation of an ice pillar in water in Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. I almost wonder if that was intentional. You know, the iceberg world? Yeah, it reminds me of that. That's very strange that it would remind me of that, but I'm wondering if that was intentional. And I might be the one person that's brought this up. And yeah. So, cool. I really like Donkey Kong, the original one that's for Game Boy, and also Mario vs. Donkey Kong, because it just turns the Mario Classic into more of a puzzle-ish game. Not really so much a puzzle game, but it's like, it may as well be. It's not so much, like, I'm almost I'm debating LPing that, but it's still it's treading the line between puzzle and not puzzle in a way that you just have to know how to do it the right way, and then there is no other way kind of deal. I guess Lemmings falls into that of being both a puzzle game and something that doesn't quite make it entirely a puzzle. So, probably for that reason, I won't be LPing that. Sorry. And that definitely applies to the other ones, which play way more like Lemmings anyway, so yeah. They're fun, though. Recommended. Recommended by me. That one is a dud, maybe. It didn't quite make it. These icicles regenerate if you let them. And it's the lighter ones that will fall down. And if you're not sure about that, just go slightly close to them without going under them, and then it'll prove that, you know, that they fall. They stalactites. You know the whole thing with stalactites. C is for ceiling, stalactites. G is for ground, stalagmites. That's the mnemonic device that I use. And yes, mnemonic with a silent M. Can you believe it? How do we have this word? Because. No, I know why. Because my grandmother had an SAT book, that's why. I don't know. I'm thinking she and her mother were crazy on education. Just a little bit. You know, they're just like, you're going to be cultured. I'm just like, no, I want to do cool shit. I can be cultured too. Hey. Also, I want to be funny, but... Oh, man. She hated my jokes. She hates puns. She hated puns. Sorry, it's just... Should be speaking in past tense. But, man. Yeah. So if you're wondering why I use so much puns, it's because, well, now I feel free to. Let's put it that way. Also, they're the least offensive kind of joke I can think of. That's the other reason. Although you can make offensive puns, don't need to. Actually, for most of the things in which people don't need to do, they just do them because, and I'm just like, nah. A lot of those things couldn't exactly be accidents. I know that. Doesn't mean you'll get it right, but let's try to get a record. Now, potentially I could probably get 5. Beyond that, I don't know. I was close to 5, though. It could have happened. That really is some low frame-ass timing. Actually, I had to talk about the minigame once, huh? Not to be the first time. Something else. I believe all Ghost House levels have secret exits. That is something they all have in common. It's a good rule of thumb for making a Ghost House, is to have alternate routes. Indeed. And in a Ghost House, you should probably just check every wall and every door. I already know where the right doors are, so I don't have to check every door. But you should check every door if you don't already know where to go. Especially if the doors aren't even real. Doors aren't real! My eyes make them real! And I guess the furniture can attack you too. Also, some of the question blocks can attack you, so that's fun. There's a door in the wall! Ha ha ha! But this rope thing instantly reminds me of Donkey Kong Country 2. It's not really a rope. It's just... I guess it's just a pole you climb. Much in the same way as a flagpole, but not, but okay. Pole climbing, sure. It doesn't even, I don't even think, is this the only level with these poles? The pole shtick doesn't really come up much when it could come up. I mean, why not a tower of poles, right? One thing I've learned about mods in Mario games is that if there's a one-time enemy in a level, they'll just abuse the fuck out of the hug. It's like, okay, torpedo Teds everywhere, for instance. Stuff like that. But I understand. You want to put some stuff in the game that's not used in a variety of situations. Okay, and now we got that rope thing. That's definitely to remind me of how that shit works in Mario 64, where you're grabbing the mesh, or whatever you want to call that. I call it a mesh. Plus, it works when you're speaking like about the programming, like a mesh texture, so I just call it mesh. Speaking of, how's MeshNet doing? MeshNet is like someone's idea of making an alternate net by just using like an alternate protocol, which I guess you can do, but I think the problem of it is basically, what was it, what is it they call, I guess they just call it blockchain, but it's basically what a blockchain was before they called it a blockchain, which I guess is just P2P, I suppose. There isn't really a central server, I guess that's the problem there. Or not a, but just multiples, right? Ah! Okay. So that happened. I destroyed the ghosts. Bustin' does make me feel good. Thank you for asking. You know, we really should have more Ghostbusters games or content. I mean, it's few and far in between. I guess after 2 Ghostbusters cartoons were just fresh out, but I feel like the Ghostbusters concept can always go somewhere if you're just talking about dead people. All the time. So, do whatever. Much like you'd have any cartoon based on a Halloween motif, which has a lot of mileage, even more than Christmas. Which isn't that weird, but true. I know, I definitely used to think Christmas is a good holiday, but, you know, I was young. Now I think Halloween, or its proper name, which I've forgotten, it has a particular name. You know, Hallows Eve or something. I prefer that holiday, because the whole idea is to just have, just celebrate, kind of just, showing spirits and shit that you're not scared by dressing up in costumes. Even though we've taken it to just be costume in any sort of manner. Me, I think the point is... I think a Halloween costume should be spooky, you know, like, or at least attempting some form of fear. As opposed to just wearing a costume for the sake of it, which you can just do all day around. You don't need Halloween to tell you to do that. Look at me talking about tradition, as if I care too much about tradition. No, but I like the weird. I like customs or weird ones. Those are not weird though. I guess weird is relative though. So maybe it's all weird. Maybe you're all the weird ones, and I'm the most normal. Just me. Here we go. I'm Mario, my friend. Side note. While recording this, I decided to put my resolution at max, which what it means is that the window's very small while I'm recording the commentary right now. That doesn't actually matter though, because there's not a whole lot I need to analyze in a fucking 2D Mario to know what's going on. So, but if I was playing something more like, I might need some more details if I'm doing the first-person shooter. Like, I can't have a small first-person shooter window. It doesn't work. It doesn't really get me into the mindset of a first-person shooter. They always have to be full screen. But platformers, I get away with having them, like, off to the side. You know? Or if they cover the TV, fine, but yeah. And that's just the window of the recording anyway. So that doesn't even matter. This boo is here. Where can we find the secret? It's over there. Actually did used to sing. I mean, I still do, but I've established that I can sing. It is not a career I actually wanted to pursue. But if for some reason, if I randomly end up with a voice acting thing where someone wants me to sing, it's like, okay, but I don't want to. It's not even so much, you know, it's just I know how things sound, I guess. That's pretty much it. Although I know shit by ear rather than my eye when it comes to music, which would make sense, I suppose. Why wouldn't it? But wait, there's a coin in the... Yeah, so if you don't get all the coins the first time around, chances are the coin has something to do with the secret area. Or the secret exit. This will happen a great many times, so don't feel bad if you don't know about it. Let me kill this big ghost. Yeah, that felt good. I should get coins to come out of that for killing it, but I guess not. I still like the way of killing in Mario World. You just slide down, and it's like, boop, you're dead. It's so cheesy and cheap, I love it. I don't even know if it was accounted for, but you can do that. Someone even made a custom achievement just for that. I'm just like, good on you guys. This way! I find myself constantly saying, this way, every time I'm doing anything in which I'm trying to attempt to show off. It's like, where do we go? This way! So, join me as I go, this way! Okay, Lemmy's hair didn't really change too much, except now it looks like he has a little, small ponytail behind him. So it's like, yeah. Iggy now just has straight up green hair that looks like a sprout or something. So more distinctions, more ways to understand what makes a wall climbable and what makes it wall jumpable instead of climbable. At what point does the diagonal decide you can't use your feet on me anymore and you're gonna have to just go off somewhere, you screwball? Where does it all end? Why are the coins sideways? Because we can make them sideways. You know what's happening. We're just like spinning the thing around. And it's not just this box, it's everything is the box being spun. Hence why the coins are spinning. Hence why the block was spinning. Hence why this is doing the exact opposite of spinning in one way and spinning the other way. Not related objects, but okay. I guess that's bullshit because these coins aren't moving either. So, whatever you want, developer person, that's okay. He's dead. Meat. Well, there's no meat on him anymore. You can freeze... Okay, never mind. We do have the amps, so I can directly compare them to the flame chunks then. Also, I can freeze them, which is hella cool. That's incredibly useful. Too bad there's... I mean, it's useful, but there is no use for it, as in... The level's not designed in a way which you ever have to do it. But it's cool as shit, so I choose to do it. Well, I would not go around comparing things to the temperature of my feces, just so you know. Just so you know. It almost came by a different name. What was it? I forget. It was a term I was trying to think of, and I lost it! This bones is cold to the bones old. These old bones don't know what they're doing. Oh, right! Okay, so, you're gonna want to keep all the spiny balls on screen. Which means I'm gonna get rid of this POW block as far away from these dudes as I can, if I haven't already. And that's because I need them to help me get the last coin. And I had to make this work a few times to understand, or just figure out the timing. Or to have it not hit me so I don't drop it. You see what I mean? So, yeah. Don't worry, there's a way to hit myself, I believe. So we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I had to just let it go a little longer. It did not work out for me in the end. Although it is weird that I can't actually exit the fortress level because I was able to do that with other levels. I'm not sure what that's about. You've probably noticed that the other reason Oh, there's a way I can die. You probably noticed that the other reason I stop my videos after Fortress and Castles is that's where you save. So, my videos stop where the save points are. Of course, when you beat the game, then you can just save whenever you want. But, yeah. That's a point for, well... I don't know. I mean, the lives are plentiful. I'm not even sure what the purpose is then. Just get him again? Do what you want. Do what you want, but my way is the best way. Yes, yes, yes way. In honor of my retirement, I'd like you to have something to eat. Yes! Let's do the time warp again. all of you wanting to fast forward, go ahead. Actually, if you are fast forwarding, why are you here? Or if you're like me and you're watching videos at double speed, because you are superhuman, and I like that in a human. I like unhuman qualities in a human. Non-human qualities in humans, because that makes sense. Things that don't exist in existence for 5,000, please. I would say Alex, but the joke no longer works. Well, we can say in his memory. Apparently, the studio for Jeopardy is now just named after him because he's been there so long. Much like the Price is Right thing is named after Bob Barker now. It's just Bob Barker Studios. It's like, yeah, I mean, no one else does it except for Drew Carey now. Which, by the way, maybe you don't know this about Drew Carey, but he didn't actually start, like, a career in acting or such until, like, he was in his 40s. So, there's hope for me yet, isn't there? Nah. No, I actually don't do any serious acting at all, actually. I mean, I like performing, sure. I could say I like acting, sure. But to me, that's less of being productive and more of just being like, basically being the instrument of a director's vision, basically. That's essentially what that is. I guess it's the same way when you're doing a role-playing game, with the exception that everyone is working together to make a single story, so it doesn't actually apply. Maybe if people made a movie the same way role-playing games turned out, they'd be a lot more, like, they'd be more interesting. I can promise that. Maybe someone should try doing that. Ask the indie art house, I guess, if they want to do something like that. I'm curious now. Like, you don't have a director, you just have a union of people deciding how something plays out instead. That is an approach I want someone to try. I'm very serious right now. There's no reason you can't. You don't even... Okay. You need a degree in acting just to have other people convince acting for you, but I do not believe that you need a degree to act, actually. It's not like with other careers where you probably should be good at them. It's not exactly a thing with art either, because you can improve art without getting a degree. It's the same with acting. Or maybe even sciences, but I feel like if someone just picks you up at the right time and be like, okay, you're an actor now, and that's what I think happens to people. It's just a connection thing. It's not really the skill thing, but skill thing helps the thing. This has been New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I'm still talking my ass off, and you are here freezing your ass off. I'll see you next time.